Good morning and happy Labor Day. Hope you're having a wonderful start to yet a beautiful Monday in the Lord. We are in 1 Samuel 24, and this is such a powerful chapter. As far as verse 7 really spoke to me, this whole chapter spoke to me, but I have to ask you this question. Have you had to stay someone? Right? When they're ready to go off and react and just like, ooh, just get them, right? Of course, we see this over and over in Chicago and throughout the regions of the world. People are reacting to injustice or disrespect, or you did this to me, I'm going to do this to you, and I'm going to get back to you. On and on and on. It never stops. Well, David stayed his servants. Stayed, old word, he stopped his servants. They were like, yeah, the Lord has given you this opportunity to kill Saul. Perfect setup. You're in this cave. Saul is relieving himself. Yeah, this is it. David suffered them not to rise against Saul. Why? Because in the verse right before that, in verse 6, it says that the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master. Now here, Saul, after he, was battling the Philistines, he still was relentless. He wasn't even tired from the battle. He was like, oh, I got word that David is over here. Let's go. He wasn't tired. He wasn't letting up. He said, you know what? All 3,000 of my men, come on. Let's get David. Let's pursue him and kill him. And David still had the mindset, forbid that we harm Saul. Verse 6, to my master. Still calling him master, the respect. The Lord's anointed? He's calling Saul that? Oh my goodness, to be able to put your feelings to the side and still honor God with your words, with your hearts, with your emotions. Woo! David was the one who was anointed. Seeing that David's heart smote him. David in verse 5 felt his conscience got to him because he cut that piece of cloth from Saul's robe in the cave. He could have killed him, but even then he, felt convicted. And afterwards, we know what happened. Saul left and David yelled back to him and said, my Lord. And he said, look, behind you. And David is bowing to Saul, the man who's relentlessly trying to kill him. He is bowing to this man. Whew. The Lord brought the word vitriol to my mind last night and this morning again, vitriol. So that is a chemical. It's a sulfur and metals. The point is it burns. And when someone gives vitriolic remarks, those are scathing remarks to burn at someone's soul and being. So I had to stay someone recently. I had to stop someone from having a vitriolic reaction towards someone else. Almost, it might not have been so that they wanted to kill someone physically, but to kill someone emotionally and mentally and also spiritually. The Lord wants to use us to stay the enemy as far as his tactics. He wants to destroy and annihilate all of us. But we have to be like David in verse 7, where we protect even those who are doing crazy out here. And that takes God's very presence. Amen. Whew, I tell you, we are, because this is the second day of September, we're in Psalms 2, 32, 62, 92, or 122. So much has spoke to me. But while we are trying to stay those who are hot, we want to have the Lord continually to flourish us, and that is his promise in Psalms 92, 14. Even when we are old, we shall still bear fruit, and being healthy and fresh, right? They call the word fat, but we shall be doing the Lord's work. Righteous people flourish like palm trees and grow tall like the cedars in Lebanon. Why? Because they are planted in the Lord's house. And so much more. Psalms 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. The house of the Lord is the temple that resides in us. So we are in continual worship. We are in continual praise. And guess what? While we are there in this stance, the Lord promises to compass us around with songs of deliverance while we're doing his work. That's in Psalms 32. So we might feel like we are alone, but no, God will, we're talking about school supplies and back to school, the protractors and the rules. Well, there's a compass where the Lord promises that he will be the circumference of peace, of joy, of love, of his grace. Hallelujah.